Hi, welcome or welcome back to my channel. My name is Ilja and today we are gonna bust some myths all about sex. Before we get into the video, please do not forget to subscribe and also click that notification bell if you don't want to miss any of my content. So there are a lot of stories going around about sex, obviously, because it's a very interesting topic. Some of them are true, but some of them are not true, even though you might think they are true, or they're so ingrained in society. Is that a word? Ingrained? Anyway, it's so normalized in society that you might believe them to be true while they're actually not true. So I'm going to talk about 5 myths today that are not true, and I'm gonna explain to you why they're not true. Also, there are a lot of sex myths in the world. Myths is such a hard word for me, but there are a lot of sex myths in the world, and I wanted to make this a sort of series where I will talk about 5 myths every time. So this will be the first episode. First episode. But I couldn't think of a nice catchy name for this series, so if you have any ideas, please let me know. You will be honored forever on my channel with this name, so please let me know in the comments down below if you know a fun name for this. But for now, it is just Busting Sex Myths, episode 1. So let's just move on to the first myth, shall we? And this is all about losing your virginity and the hymen. So there are 3 major things we need to talk about when we're talking about virginity and the hymen. The first one is the story of you can check your virginity by looking at the hymen. The second one is you need to break the hymen. The third one is, this is why first time sex hurts. Now, if you look at the vagina, which, like, let's say this is the vagina for now. If you have the vagina like this, then a lot of people, this is the hymen for now. A lot of people think the hymen, oh, this is hard. The hymen is like this, so completely obstructing. However, that would not make sense, because if this were the case, women could also not have their period, because blood would not be able to get through this, because if it's obstructing the entire vaginal opening, nothing would get through. So this is actually not how it is usually. There are some exceptions, but that would also result in difficulties with your menstruation, with your period. The hymen is usually more like this. And excuse my very poor crafting, but it's just meant to be like on the sides. Yeah, it's just like a little border on the side. So if we just take like the half of it, so it is not obstructing the entire vaginal opening, but there can be a little border that can be a little bit rough. So that might be the reason why people bleed the first time that they're having sex, but it isn't always like this, and it's very small. So there is a hymen, it's just not that it has anything to do with your virginity. That was crafting with Ilja for you. I hope you liked it. Other than that, the hymen can also break or like smooth out by inserting a tampon. So it has nothing to do with your virginity. You cannot check your virginity by looking at the hymen. Okay, got it? Great. Then about the sex having to hurt the first time thing, this is another myth that I will get deeper into another time, I think, because it's a big one as well, and we need to clear it up. There could be a lot of reasons why sex hurts, but the most common reason is not using enough lube. There could also be other reasons like dyspareunia or vaginismus even, but usually it's just not using enough lube. So if sex hurts for you, use more lube. Try that. And I hope that will help you a bit. If that doesn't help and it's really intervening in your sex life, maybe go to a doctor. But first off, try using more lube. Okay, on to the second myth, and that one is you cannot get pregnant during your period. Now, while this is very unlikely, it is not impossible. So it very much depends on the length of your menstrual cycle. If this is quite short and you combine this with the fact that sperm can survive in a woman's body for up to 5 days, if the timing is right or wrong, the sperm can survive just inside the ovulation or fertile period. So better safe than sorry. Make sure you always use some form of contraception while having sex on your period. Then the third myth is pulling out is a safe contraceptive method. No, no, no. Guys, I need you to know this. Many people don't know, but sperm can occur in pre-cum. So, you know, pulling out is the method where you're having sex without a condom, but then right before the man ejaculates, he pulls out so that the sperm does not come into the female body. So I don't know the anatomical specifics yet, but I know pre-cum comes from the cowper's gland, and usually there is no sperm there because they have like different pathways to the opening, you know? But, and like I said, I don't know the specifics of how this can happen, but there are some studies where they have found sperm in the pre-cum. Don't know how this happens, but apparently it can happen. And so if you think about that, then pulling out would not be a super effective method, because if there is a chance that there's sperm in the pre-cum will come before ejaculation, so it's no use pulling out before ejaculating because there could already be sperm inside. I hope this was clear. Obviously, for a woman to get pregnant, she also has to be in her fertile period, so that all has to have the right timing, but just to be safe, try and not use this method if you can, if you're able to, because it is one of the most unsafe methods of having sex. If you want to use it, that's all up to you. I'm just telling you, it's not super safe, and be aware that there can be sperm in the pre-cum. Myth number 4 is women need penetration to orgasm. Now, this is definitely not true, and I hope most women know this. So the majority of women reach an orgasm through clitoral stimulation and not through vaginal stimulation. Like I said, the majority, so of course there are always exceptions, but it is clear that women do not need penetration to orgasm. I mean, how else did you think that two women would have sex with one another? And for all the women out there who thought they were the only one not being able to orgasm through vaginal stimulation, it is definitely completely normal if you're not able to. But try and experiment a bit. Try and help yourself by stimulating your clitoris, or ask your partner if they can help you stimulate it there. Try and find out what you need to orgasm, and also try and prioritize your orgasm. I'm not saying your orgasm is more important than your partner's, but you should not forget about yourself during sex. And well, my tip is focus on the clitoris, because usually that is the most sensitive part of a woman. Then the final myth of today is the double Dutch myth. So a double condom is double safe. Nope, 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 nope. Never use two condoms on top of each other. The friction between the two will make them tear more easily, and we all know what happens when a condom tears. That's not good, so just don't do it. Double Dutch does mean double safe, but it actually means using two contraceptive methods at once. So for example, using the pill and condoms. Also, I have no clue why this is called double Dutch. If you know it, please let me know in the comments down below, because I'm very curious. So I hope you learned something new, but that was it for today. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and leave a comment down below. If you want to see more of me, then all of my social media links are down in the description below, and I hope to see you all next week. Mwah.